Oh, we're a little pre-exhibit here, but we're here for Robert Pepper's Toy Story. So we'll take a quick look around here first. I think we have to do this in order, though. So, starring Teddy. Introducing Pez. And co-starring Bunny Cat Toy. Love Story, The Wonder of You. Awesome. This is, well, let's see if we can get this. Here we go. He has them not in exactly the same order. All's well that ends well. This is page 1. And this is page 2. Tantabee, Tantabee, Tantabee. And this one's Rumbly Tumbly, page 4. I really like this paintwork. This is gorgeous stuff. American Gothic. Love Story. Ready or Not. That's all right. We're not. You know, there's no real rhyme or reason or any sort of thing that we have to do here with this. You know. So it's just this extemporaneous.
You're recording already.
I'm recording already. Yes, I am. Hi, this is Ron Schira, and I'm with my good friend here, Robert Pepper. This is his exhibit over at Reading Industrial Art, and we're going to be talking to him for just a minute or two about his stuff. You know, he's a busy man tonight, but we're gonna share some ideas with him. I love you too, my brother. Hey, so these are very, very personal paintings for you, and I understand that they are that they have a lot of referentiality towards your family, you know, and that, you know, your father in particular, and your relationship with your dad, and how you are coming to resolutions about how you look at this relationship between your father and yourself. I find that I admire you for being so daring and tackling such a serious topic, and you know, just wanted to get a little, you know, a couple of your words on what these paintings mean to you.
All right. Well, from the beginning, it started somewhere else. This is what's really weird. It started somewhere else. It started with this very benign painting that I've called American Gothic, where the bunny and the teddy toy got together for the first time. And that simply happened because I didn't have anything else to paint. It was January, and I really wanted to paint a tulip, because I was working with tulips, as you know. And I couldn't get one, so I found these two toys and put them up together instead. And there was something captivating about that, and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what it was. In fact, I thought I was going to do one and then try to look at it. But what happened was, as soon as I moved the two characters in relation to each other, it posed like a real question. What are they doing? I mean, what are they now doing? Before it was benign. It really was. We're standing side by side. But suddenly to move them and to pose them is to put them in theatre. You know, it's immediately to put them in theatre. I mean, they're suddenly in some sort of a reality that I'm creating. And so what is it that they're doing together? And that became a big question. And what I found that they were doing together, and this was another idea, was they were acting out scenarios that I'd experienced in life already. And it was actually extremely distressing to paint that series, because it was following an episode of, you know, a love episode in my life. And I noticed that if the two characters moved away from each other, I felt the pangs of that, the reality of that in the relationship. When it came to the end of that series, it was only 4 paintings. When it came to the end of that series, I had this great desire to take Teddy, who'd become me, and suddenly he was personified as me, and take him and put him somewhere else. And after a while, I realized that Force, who'd been kicking around in the studio for a while, that he represented in some ways a father figure to Teddy. I mean, I watched my niece playing with her toys.
Yeah.
You know, and she was really free in the way that she manipulated the characters. And she was really free in the way that she told her personal story. And so suddenly I realized that I was liberated. I was free to tell these kinds of stories. And as far as Bear was concerned, in his relationship with Force, it was suddenly as if I was transported back through time to the first memory relationship that I had, or relationship with memory that I had of my father. And it was very clear, and it was very pure, and it was very real. And I suddenly remembered, the time when I was with Dad, when Dad was God to me, when Dad was power to me, when Dad was, what do I express myself? Protector. Father was protector. And so I started right there and asked myself the question, well, what was the next emotional state that I remember experiencing? Because Father was protector and I felt secure. What happened next? And so I simply took that sequence of emotional states and started to play them out. And that's what we have here, is the sequence of emotional states played out.
Right.
And then later I titled them. And the titles are much more people-friendly. I mean, I like that this is how the images happen. I like that they happen because, I've lived a life, or I'm living a life, and somehow I'm referencing self, and somehow they're autobiographical. But I also like the fact that just about everybody has had these similar experiences. We've all had trust. We've all had our trust broken. We've all had love. We've all had love fail. So it's a very human story. It's not my story, and that's why it's called a toy story, because it's not my story. Right. And it's not even the story of toys. It's actually the story of relationships. Right. And I can only really tell the deep truth of that from my own personal experience. There are other truths, but I can only tell the deep truth of that from my own personal experience. I don't want to push people away from the images by saying, well, this represents the Tower of Ego, or this represents...
Right, because that gets too heavy.
Yeah, that gets too heavy. Way too heavy. And furthermore, it's not even, the characters don't represent like the personification. They actually represent the heart. So the horse represents the heart of my father, from the perception of the heart of the bear, and it's all from the heart of Teddy. It's all from the heart of Teddy. It's from the perception of the heart of Teddy. Right. Later, I'll explore that other relationship, the other side of it. Right. The heart of course, the heart of father in relation to the heart of child. But that's way down the line. I mean, I decided to begin at the very beginning and see where that went.
Yeah. Wow, well, I find it really amazing too, because you're using something here. I mean, like this is a whole inner child sort of thing. Yeah. Like a lot of the whole story of the broken inner child, the inner child that is healing and curing itself. So in a way, there's a lot of us that are out there that are going through the same experience, that our inner children are wounded.
The midlife crisis.
The midlife crisis. How do we get? How are we dealing with this? And I'm seeing you dealing with it in a very mature, psychological, introspective manner. And I really think that these paintings are beautiful. They're stunning paintings, and I love them. I love them. And I thank you. Thank you very much for spending the time with us, with me here, so that we can place this on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, it feels very silly talking into that little grey box.
Yeah, it's a little tiny stupid camera.
Thank you.
Page 3, Sweet Molly Malone. This one is page 6. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Story, not even when I'm 107. How wonderful it would be to have a real brain. Teddy and Pez. Teddy and Buddy. Pez is Teddy. Teddy and Bunny number 1.